So if we're going to influence, how do we do that? How do we think about that? And so I'm going to show you a process. And you're going to think, wow, these are a lot of questions. This might be a lot of work, but there's a reason why I'm showing you this process, because as you build this process, you're going to get better at it. You're going to get faster at it. It's going to become more natural to you. You probably won't have to use the worksheets as much, but in the beginning, it's okay to use them and definitely are going to want to see that. So to create an influential conversation, the first thing we're going to do is set a clear, measurable goal. We're going to assess the situation. We're going to choose the right appeal. So important. We're going to structure the approach. We're going to try to plan for the unforeseen. Not always easy, because if we could see it, we would plan for it, but we have to stop and use that piece of it and plan for the unforeseen. We're going to rehearse, and I'm going to talk to you a lot about the opening line, because there's nothing more important in this situation than your opening line. And then we're going to debrief. So here's what I want you guys all to do. I want you to think about a conversation that you need to have, maybe this week or early next week, but think of a conversation that's important to you right now. Because as we go through these steps today, I want you to use that conversation as kind of your practice. And we're going to think about, how do you use these tools to really have an incredible outcome in that high stake important conversation? The first step in this is set clear and measurable goals. And that's page 18 of your workbook. So here's what I think is funny. When I'm working with clients and we think about coaching them through a high stake conversation, my first question is always, at the end of this conversation, what do you want to happen? And they're like, I don't know. We get so worked up about starting the conversation that we actually never decide what we want from the conversation. And that's actually where we have to start. Think of these conversations as small loops, right? Where you want to end is where you have to start. So if you want to have a really great outcome in a high stake conversation, the first thing you have to get clear on is, what do you want to achieve? Maybe what do you want this person to do, say, think, or feel differently, depending on the conversation, because we could list out a million different ones. Or what's the business objective that we reached if you're able to influence someone? We talked about managing resources early in our time today. Say that you have an idea of something, and it's going to take a financial investment, but you really see the outcome, the business outcome of it. Maybe you have to influence to get those resources, but really thinking about what it could mean. What's the impact for the company? And thinking about that would really help you start these conversations.